Aloha and welcome to our online episode of PTC-TV from PTC'23, including celebrating the winners of the PTC Awards 2023. For any updates and information, please visit ptc.org/PTC'23. PTC'23 is made possible in part by the contributions of our sponsors. Mahalo to our PTC'23 Diamond sponsor, Mobi. Thank you for your generous support. Do you have young professionals attending PTC'23? Be sure to review the PTC Beyond program and encourage them to attend. The PTC Beyond Committee seeks to empower the next generation of industry leaders and recognize up-and-coming young professionals at PTC'23, providing networking opportunities and panel discussions. Learn more at ptc.org/PTC-Beyond.
Introducing Astound Business Solutions. To stay competitive in today's business world, you need an astounding network and partner. Astound Business Solutions delivers high-capacity enterprise fiber connectivity in more than 400 cities, with dedicated local experts available 24/7 to support the secure, reliable advanced solutions you need for mission-critical systems. Stay connected with your teams, your partners, with the world. With Astound.
PTC'23 is made possible in part by the generous contributions of our sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC'23 Platinum sponsors. Thank you for your support. Connecting with the PTC community is easy. Follow PTC on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Join the conversation online and use hashtag PTC'23. We can't wait to see what you're learning, who you're meeting, or the great fun you're having. Aloha everyone and welcome to PTC-TV. I'm your host McKenna. Here's what's happening today. With João, Lima, you were telling me about a CEO panel. How was that?
It was actually very interesting. I mean, there was 4 or 5 CEOs in that panel, all of them big guys. So you had Andrew Power from Digital Realty. The first time he's done a panel at an event after being appointed as CEO of Digital Realty.
Nice.
And that was 6th of December, I think, last year. You had Rango Salgame from Princeton Digital Group. You had Randy Brookman from McKenna, and you had Bruno Lopez from SCT. I mean, the main message of the panel is that things are hard at the moment, there are challenges, but we can navigate everything through. So Andy was saying that the industry was really hit in the face in 2022 by supply chain shortages, the headwinds of recession, power constraints, some zoning complications as well. But we will be able to navigate these through. And this comes from one of the largest players in the world, which is a good, reassuring message to the market. Randy from McKenna as well, he was saying that we will get through 2023. The experience from 2001, 2008 will help us navigate all this. And he actually made a very interesting point where when we talk about power, we talk about current power constraints, and we focus on our market as we can't get the power. We don't focus on the fact that the power guys also did not prepare for the demand that this industry is going to put on them. So whilst 4 or 5 years ago, we were talking about 5-10 megawatts of power that we needed for a facility. Now we're talking about 50-100 megawatts. And no one predicted that demand to grow so fast and in such a short space of time. So they created a lot of constraints in the market, not by the data center people, but by the power people that did not prepare for this. So there's a bit of an adjustment that needs to happen because eventually we're going to be wanting contracts of 1,000 megawatts, and that's not going to take another 10 years. That's going to come in very short. I don't know the time frame, but 4, 5, 6 years.
A lot quicker.
So we need to get those guys also prepared. A few more notes. I mean, Asia, the growth in Asia is going to be massive. So Rangam and Randy were very vocal about Asia. The demand Asia is going to explode. It's going to boom. So whilst the Northern Hemisphere, so Europe, North America, might feel a little bit of a pinch this year, the Southern Hemisphere still has so much to go through. And then just, I don't know, one more point around regulation, because that's the main thing this year. That's again, so yesterday we were talking about how data sovereignty was creating a new segment within digital infrastructure, so cross-border services. Regulation, for example, in Europe, just to comply with regulation, the industry in Europe needs to grow at about 11% every year. So a double-digit growth is very high. No other sector grows this much. The digital infrastructure sector is growing faster than any other real estate segment in the world. So that's just to comply with data sovereignty. That does not amount to the demand that's coming on top of that to grow the industry. So it's, again, very positive, very hopeful messages.
Yeah.
No one takes away a bit of the pain that we will have this year, but it's, I mean, I'm getting out of this conference thinking it's not going to be as bad as it looked like at the end of last year.
That's good news.
Yeah.
You also were telling me about an IPO announcement.
Oh yeah, so Bruno Lopez from SCT Global Data Centers, he was there. A lot of laughed when we talked about that. He said it was probably a very slow news day. So he said, according to him, they're not looking into it. Everything is on the table. You never say no to capital raising, so you never know how things can go. But they are focused on the shareholders that they've got now. They're focused on delivering the program that they're on. They've got their own pipeline. So it doesn't look like there's an IPO on the tables. And he also said the figures that we were talking about, they're probably not. He said he didn't know where we got those figures from. So $5 billion, he didn't know where those figures came from. So it was interesting. But options are on the table, but that's not going to happen now, according to him. Of course, things can happen or not, but according to him, it's not happening now. They're focused on their path. They're going to grow in and outside of Asia. They got their shareholders. They just got an agreement with Macquarie, which acquired the 40% stake in Vertus in the UK. They're going to be expanding across other countries in Europe. So they're going to become a massive intercontinental player as they are. Plus, is this the right time to go public this year with the way the markets are? We'll know that question. We'll know that answer like in a few months' time. So,
well, last day of this record-breaking PTC'23. Tell me what you're excited to see today.
Yeah, there's again a few panels around data centers, growth, return on investment, and especially around emerging markets. I think that's the most fascinating thing because we can talk about London, Frankfurt, Virginia, Singapore, and those markets are exciting in their own way. But I think the real story, the real headlines, and the human side of this industry now is within the emerging markets, the Southern Hemisphere, bringing all those billions of people that are not connected, bringing them online and really allowing for new creativity ways to come forward. Because I think that in the last 20, 30 years, we've created so much within the industry in the Northern Hemisphere. Imagine now when you double that, like the ideas and the new sectors in industry, everything, technology, is going to come out when you allow people in Africa, people in Southeast Asia to create their own businesses, to create their own clouds. Who's going to be the next Google? Who's going to be the next Microsoft? They will come from Asia. They will come from Africa. It's not going to come from Europe or North America. So that's the journey that we're in over the next 3 to 5, 6, 10 years. Yeah. It's really growing those markets. So we got a panel with that with Scala Data Centers, so massive Latin player. I was speaking to their CEO, Marques yesterday. It's people will have to watch the interview I've done with him, but the growth they're planning, it's again in the billions, because we will have to mention that word, but it's going to be massive. It's going to cover most markets in Latin America, and there might be some ocean crossing within that at some point. You got Guggenheim Partners and Mintz Levin, two massive names within the capital markets, and Server Farm as well, which is growing really, really fast. They expanded. Last year they went from North America to Europe and then Middle East within the space of a month or two, and I'm sure we will see that logo popping up in other parts of the world. And then very generally, you still have a big focus on cloud and edge computing with updates from Google, Oracle, American Tower, which last year acquired a huge provider, data center provider as well, but now they're really getting into the edge game. So it's very interesting that a tower company became a data center company, and now it's looking into edge data centers, and it's becoming this whole platform in itself. Again, massive player. And there'll be a conversation around telco strategy, cybersecurity, AI ethics and privacy. So again, regulation and what to do and not to do.
Big topic.
And I think AI is very important, especially when you look at ChatGPT and all that. It's becoming a very hot topic. And you're starting to see it as well within the PTC audience. That's another interesting thing. When you walk the corridors, this is only my second one, but last year was very much telecoms and data centers. I know in the old days, everything I heard about it was always telecoms, and then data centers came in. Now the investors are coming in. But then this year, what you're seeing is this new industry segment coming in, which is the technology guys, the innovator guys. So the AI people, some of the energy providers, not energy providers, but the newer ones, nuclear providers, hydrogen providers. But you got AI, you got IoT, smart cities, smart airports. All those people are starting to come to this conference, which is creating a new, diverse hub of people, of thinkers. And that's going to be very exciting, because the basis to build all that, the future that we always think of 2050 to 2100, the basis is what PTC does, but now the basis that's going to create, those people are coming to it. So it's becoming this confluence of minds that's really going to enable the future for the next 100 years. And that's starting to happen now. And I think COVID speeded up that a lot more.
Amazing. Yeah. So much that we've learned here at PTC'23. Thank you for joining me on PTC-TV.
I'll be looking forward to next year.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you guys at PTC'24. Have a beautiful day. Did you know that PTC is a global, non-profit membership organization that works year-round to advance the ethical development and use of information and communication technologies, ICT, to improve the quality of life in communities throughout the Pacific region? Learn more at ptc.org/outreach-initiatives. PTC'23 is made possible in part by the generous contributions of our sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC'23 Gold sponsors. Thank you for your support. The PTC Academy is back again for 2023. Stay tuned for more details on this year's courses. The PTC Academy is now accredited for continuing education thanks to a partnership with Subtel Forum. Visit ptc.org/academy to learn more. The PTC webinar series, Frictionless Business, will return in 2023 with senior industry leaders sharing perspective on how businesses can operate more efficiently. Stay tuned for more information about the 2023 PTC webinar series at ptc.org/ptc-webinar-series. The PTC mobile app and online platform provides a way to connect with our online attendees, including messaging and meeting scheduling, along with all the key information about the annual conference. Download the PTC mobile app to learn more about the conference program, sponsors, locations of meeting suites, to connect and message with PTC'23 attendees, and much more. Current PTC'23 registrants should have received an email with instructions on how to easily access the PTC mobile app and online platform. PTC'23 is made possible in part by the contributions of our sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC'23 silver sponsors. Thank you for your support.
Here we are again at Hilton Hawaiian Village early in the morning for the PTC 2023 Charity 5K benefiting Make-A-Wish Hawaii. It's really important to have an organization like the PTC and a group of people come together just to bring some hope, some strength to children that really need it, and then ultimately the joy.
And we're happy to sponsor Make-A-Wish Foundation because it's very meaningful, and hopefully we can, with our contribution, we'll make things better.
Once again, we're really grateful to have Console Connect come in as a sponsor for this event to allow people to come out and get some exercise early in the morning before the event, but also to donate funds to help support children here in Hawaii.
A very special mahalo to the 2022 PTC Board of Governors for their year-round leadership and support. PTC'23 is made possible in part by the contributions of our sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC'23 brand sponsors. Thank you for your support. Here's your daily news for Wednesday, January 18th. In a signing ceremony at PTC'23, Telin and OneCode signed a memorandum of understanding to collaborate on connectivity and co-location. The signing ceremony was held right here at Hilton Hawaiian Village, Waikiki Beach Resort in Honolulu, Hawaii, during the 2023 Pacific Telecommunications Council's annual conference. GTT Communications Inc., a leading global provider of managed network and security services to multinational organizations, has announced that it has expanded its partnership with Ziply Fiber, a provider of fiber networks purpose-built for the internet, partner to provide an additional 400 gigs of capacity in fast-growing data center market. And that's your daily news. Mahalo to our year-round sponsor for their ongoing support. Join PTC in recognizing William Bill Barney as the 2023 Richard J. Barber PTC Distinguished Service Award in honor of his many years as a member of the PTC Board of Governors and PTC Volunteer. PTC-TV is brought to you by PTC'23 Diamond sponsor, Moby. Aloha everyone, I'm McKenna here at the PTC'23 Awards at the Kalia Pool Beautiful Sunset here in Waikiki. We are here tonight to celebrate the emerging scholars and celebrate the big winners.
We have an incredible team around the world, and to get an award just gives them real recognition of everything they're doing is worthwhile. So fingers crossed for tonight, we'll see how we go, but yeah, wishing everyone an incredible night.
PTC'23 is an amazing opportunity to just see, keep a finger on the pulse, see how the industry is evolving. And as scholars, it's very important also to know what is happening in the real world, because as scholars, that is of course what we struggle with the most.
This is the first conference actually that I attend with multi-sector, like from the private industries, academicians, and also the regulators. And what else? I'm just happy to be in Hawaii.
Another beautiful night here at the PTC'23 Awards here in Hawaii. Congratulations to all of the emerging scholars, participants, and big winners of tonight. We hope you enjoyed watching PTC TV and had a great experience returning to beautiful Waikiki. Mahalo for watching, and we'll see you next year at PTC'24, January 21st to the 24th, 2024. We'll see you then.